Welcome back to Death Curse Society, everybody. It's time to head to Vegas. Man, I love Vegas. Oh, except for all these fucking zombies. It's time for another story around the campfire. This time on Stories Around the Campfire, we're hitting up on the new Netflix smash, Army of the Dead. Everybody's fucking seen this movie by now, right? It's from Zach Snyder. After a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries takes the ultimate gamble by venturing into the quarantine zone for the greatest heist ever. Ooh. Zigzag, give us your initial thoughts on Army of the Dead.
At the risk of being completely bashed by the internet fanboys out there. No, really. We watched it. I went in with the open mind, just as I said I would, and I came out of it kind of went, all right. You know, I had a lot of questions, but the movie's not bad. It's a pretty good story. To me, and deep zombie horror fans that might have got into comic books back in the mid to late 80s, might have found a comic book called Dead World, where they actually had evolved zombies that were smarter and thinking and making plans and like warring with the humans. I was reminded of that quite a bit watching this, but it's a good story. It's done pretty well. It's a little hokey at times, but man, there's some really good gore in it, super good gore. It's all CGI, but it's fun. It is fun. I had a good time with it, and that's what I'm saying. Initial thoughts, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Colonel, how about you?
Never in my life did I ever think I was going to see a crossover between Ocean's 11 and Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, because that's exactly what we fucking get. I mean, it breaks it down, the team members and why they're selected.
Yeah, thunder stealing prick, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was waiting for Brad Pitt and George Clooney to show up. So like I said, when we reviewed the trailer, I'm not a fan of fast zombies, but I have to look at it like this is based on a video game, which it isn't. But in the Colonel's mind, it was. And that made it a little bit more enjoyable for me, but the traditionalist inside still had issues.
This is Zack Snyder's second zombie film after he did the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Did you like this one better or less than his first one, Dawn of the Dead, Colonel?
Fucking less than, dude. His Dawn of the Dead remake is pretty fucking good. Now, granted, rewatching it, I don't like it maybe as much as I did when it first released, but still a fun, entertaining movie. This one is just fun and entertaining, but like I said, I don't want to jump too much into my issues with this.
Not yet?
Not yet. I was going to say the zombie tiger, I still don't like, but it was one of the best scenes in the movie for me involved the zombie tiger. So he got some cool points for that after. But
as you know, how highly we regard the original Dawn of the Dead around here. So this was absolute blasphemy to me. And I was like, I can't wait for this to fucking fail. Fuck this guy. Who does he, how dare he even accept this job? But they won me over by Sci-Fi Network running the first 10 minutes of the movie. And we know the first 10 minutes of the movie is fucking, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously I was like, all right, well, now I got to go check this out. And yeah, man, he delivered a fucking solid sequel for some material we all cherish. It's great, but this is something different. It is in the zombie world, yes, but it's got more story going here. He did it his own way. There's a bunch of shit going on. I don't know, when you hold them up together, Army of the Dead and Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, I think his Dawn of the Dead had a little more blood in it than his new one. There's some creative gore in this new one I liked a lot. Snyder's Dawn of the Dead is cooler. So yes, 100% all the way. Dawn of the Dead.
This being a movie that the lead cast member is Dave Bautista, we're not going to have a whole lot of epic acting ability shining through on this. But I will admit, Dave didn't do too bad in this, for my opinion. I thought he held his own as a character, and he had some moments. There were also some moments that I was just like, this is completely unbelievable. I cannot get into this. Just on the acting side, it kind of took me out of it a little bit. But were there any standouts in the cast that you guys liked from the ensemble, Ziggy?
Standouts? No, I think they work together well. Just like you guys have both mentioned Ocean's 11. This is a huge thread, and they're all in there, and they do their parts, and I think they do it well. But stand out, no. On Batista, yeah, man, I think some of those heavier scenes when he had to take care of business within his own circle, I got it, man.
Yeah.
I think he's better at that than actually some of the action shit that he was trying to do. So, who the fuck, man? Who knows?
Yeah, don't try not to keep bringing up Ocean's 11 because I'm still kind of pissed off the Colonel was able to pull that out, and I was going to use that, but
yeah.
Fuck you, Colonel. Colonel, how about you? Standouts or the ensemble worked?
I will say Batista did a better job than I thought he would. I mean, granted, we all, if you don't know him from wrestling, you pretty much know him as, I think, Drax, Marvel Universe, which I think he plays great. But again, it's not like he's really having to be real emotional as that character.
Right.
So he surprised me. He did a pretty decent job, I thought. Not Oscar worthy, but good. The ensemble, I think they worked together well. Even Theo Rossi from Sons of Anarchy fame played a great fucking dirtbag because it's pretty much nearly the same character as Sons of Anarchy. Who I really liked, even though they don't get to me, they just didn't really give you enough time to get comfortable with these characters. Just my opinion. It's like you had a 2.5 hour long movie, but I still kind of felt like we really didn't get a chance to click with them, except for the German guy, the safecracker. He was your fucking comic relief.
He had the best lines. He had the best lines for sure.
Before the film was released, they had filmed this entire movie with an actor named Chris D'Elia, who then later ran into some sexual harassment claims and basically got blacklisted. What did they do in this movie? They digitally remove him and replace him with comedian Tignataro. I used to run a comedy club. I have a lot of friends that do stand-up comedy. They worship the ground Tignataro walks on. I have never really seen any of her material. I've never seen her show, especially live, but I've heard such great things about her. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she appears in this movie. And man, first off, every fucking scene she's in is so digital that it's the lighting is off on her so badly that it draws me out. And then her character annoyed the shit out of me. I have a little less respect for my comedian friends now that love this woman, but I don't get it. Did she, it seems like you agree, Colonel, did she take you out of the movie a little bit, or did she just annoy the hell out of you?
She didn't really take me out of the movie, but she annoyed the piss out of me. That was by far the worst character in the film. Granted, I did not know that the situation watching the film. I found out afterwards, and I kind of forgave them a little bit more. But still, she did a bad performance. But I will not compare her bad performance in this film to her stand-up. I'm sure her stand-up's fucking great. Some people just can't act. No.
Not only that, she had to step in and do someone else's act the same way because everyone's reacting to her. You know, they never saw her.
Now, I understand the difficulties of it, and I tried to give that credence, but it was too...
It was noticeable.
Yeah, it was very noticeable. It was too distracting to me. You didn't mind her role?
I understand, and she went for it. You know, the gruff, kind of gunny, kind of, you know, helicopter pilot, you know, fearless, you know, cool as a cucumber in all situations. I get it. I fucking can see it on the paper, but she was just there. And I knew that they had digitized this dude out. That's all I was thinking about. Like, oh, you know, look at that. Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder what, you know, she's looking at the screen and reacting to it. And, you know, that's what I was thinking about. Well, I wonder what the camera setup was when they did this. You know, that's what I was thinking.
So you were distracted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure who I would have picked for that role like that, and I get it. I understand why they try to, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. That's what the message is there, I guess. But, you know, shit.
It's kind of what we're here to do.
A monumental task to digitize out the rapist. Huge.
Now, you want to talk something that really drew me out of the movie? So stupid ass, constant, non-stop, out of focus shots. When it gets close, then it becomes clear and everything in the background's still fucking blurry. Jesus Christ.
There was a lot of that, wasn't there?
There was.
Yeah.
I wonder why he made that choice.
Yeah, so there were a lot of shots kind of like that were distracting with the out of focus coming into focus. And then I don't know exactly what the creative choices because of that were, but That obviously drew you out. What else was there that drew you out, Colonel?
Oh, how much time you got, buddy? No.
You're all day.
Definitely the out of focus shit. Like I said, I was able to overlook a lot of stuff. But man, really, did this movie have to be 2.5 hours long? Like there were some parts where it was just stretched the fuck out, and I was honestly kind of losing my attention. I don't want that in a movie. But when it's 2.5 hours long, you're going to get that. The runtime really hurt it.
You're gonna get it, bitch.
I understand you want to do a shot like that. Maybe your angle is a rusted out Jeep in the desert that's baking in the sun every fucking day, and you want to simulate that heat. Kind of, everyone's been there when they've been too hot and shit. I get it, but man, what's with it? Every time you change sequences, man, it seemed to do that. There was a string there where there was like 4 or 5 in a row. There was a couple of plot lines that I just was like, throw that the fuck out of there. You don't need that in there at all.
Such as?
What the fuck with the zombie baby shit? All right, Snyder? Dude, what the fuck, man? I mean, what did that serve the story? We're supposed to feel bad for them beheading the queen? Fuck that, man. That was stupid. Throw that shit out, you shave off 13 fucking minutes, and who knows? Maybe we're giving this a higher score in the end. Yeah. That one fucking ruined it for me pretty much.
Dude, of course, when I seen that, I was like, he fucking did it again. Because we all remember the zombie baby from Dawn of the Dead. That's my biggest complaint about his remake of Dawn of the Dead. The stupid fucking zombie baby. I'm like, this son of a bitch.
And the zombie baby, at least in Dawn of the Dead, was a little better, that part, and...
Yeah, but still, it's still lame. I mean, I understood it. The fuck, zombie baby, for real.
Maybe he's got a thing, you know what I mean?
He likes zombie babies.
Well, he is Hollywood. They like to eat babies and drink their blood or whatever stupid conspiracy theories going on this week.
Yeah.
This episode of Death Curse Society brought to you by Adrenochrome. Get yours today.
It's tremendous.
Not only zombie babies, and you mentioned zombie tigers, but zombie horse, and, dare I say it, zombie robots. What the fuck?
Okay. I've been digging around on that, okay?
Okay.
And apparently, what we all knew already, it's going to rake in the dough big time, and it did. Oh, it did. And apparently, there's a whole other movie ready to go that will explain the zombie robots, explain some of the origins of why things are how they are. Yeah, at the time I was watching going, well, that was odd. What's that? At first I'm thinking, what is this? Some kind of space death ray or something where there's an essence or something? What is this shit? And then you see it clearly later that it sparks and there's almost like Terminator fucking machinery going on in there. So yeah. There's a whole other bunch of levels here. And who knows? Maybe this will be awesome. I now will look forward to this like I look forward to the second chapter in Us where they explain the whole underground world. Because that's kind of how it is to me now. I'm waiting to see what the fuck was all that. Hopefully we don't head into this whole fucking paranormal activity string where we get new questions asked every fucking movie when they answer just a couple or a half of one as they move along. So you're ended with dozens of questions and very few answers.
Fair enough. I love the sheer just look of disappointment and disdain on Colonel's face while you're going through that entire explanation. He's just sitting there shaking his head the entire time. So, Colonel, you have the floor. Zombie robots!
All right, I got to take these off just for a second. I'm not going to rant too much, but I'm going to fucking rant. Zombie fucking robots? Are you fucking kidding me? It's bad enough we had a zombie tiger. Okay, whatever. I got used to that. Zombie horses? Okay, that made sense because of the fucking zombie tiger. I get it. Dude, even the fact that vampires or zombie fucking vampires, because you get bit by the main fucking zombie, you're fucking super smart. If you don't, you fucking hibernate inside a goddamn casino. But zombie robots is where I draw the fucking line. Now you're just getting ridiculous. Come on, man. How the fuck are you going to manufacture fucking robots to be fucking zombies? Unless the head one we find out was a zombie fucking robot. He did come from Area 51, but fuck. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Give me zombie tigers all goddamn day after that fucking robot bullshit I witnessed.
DCS viewer John Wonder, that one's for you. I hope you enjoy. Well, then let's talk about one of, I think, Colonel's favorite parts of this movie, the Alpha Queen, played by Athena Parampil. Colonel had some very choice thoughts about the Alpha Queen zombie. Let's get your ideas there.
Just not the Alpha Queen zombie. I will admit, the zombies looked fucking great. Okay, they looked really good.
Fair
And
enough.
she looked really fucking good. And her makeup wise as a zombie, they kind of still gave her a little bit of a beauty, I guess you would say, to her. But man, I don't know what it was. I was like, man, those fucking women was like, shit, that's what I call a dead fuck. I'd risk it, not really. But I mean, just her movements and shit. Like they did a good job portraying a zombie to be like the queen. You know? So her fucking movements were so different than everybody else's. You know, you got her husband, the king, he's all boom, 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 wearing capes and shit. And she's all like seductive and shit and doing this ballerina shit or something. And everybody else is a typical fucking zombie. I just knew underneath that makeup was someone pretty fucking fine. And yeah.
She was kind of a sexy zombie. I will give her that.
It was
much.
weird. Like, I was like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do this?
Okay, that may have gone too far, but we'll see. Ziggy, did you have any thoughts on Athena Parample's portrayal of the Alpha Queen?
Yeah, all the makeups in this movie are pretty fucking fantastic. They look good zombies. They got that right. 5 stars on the makeup. Does kind of go with what Colonel says in the running and all that. You know, she's very limber for a dead person. So who knows if this is a virus or something? Because you got your shufflers and then you got your smart zombies. She looks great. I think she did a good job. She had a really terrifying shriek that you could just echoed through the empty streets. That was really cool. And yeah, I thought she was fantastic. But I mean, yeah, you know, she's a runner. You could tell she's a runner, and I just don't know what's up. I guess I need to know more to this fucking story. Why they are this way? Obviously, there's something there. God damn it, Zach, let's have it.
Did you guys get confused at times and think you were watching fucking Jurassic Park and the Velociraptors were on the fucking attack? Because they sounded just like fucking Velociraptors from Jurassic Park. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's another kind of a complaint. I was like, listen, I mean, I know you can't make them go, like they have to be able to project to communicate. I get that. But do they have to sound like fucking dinosaurs?
Nah, I can see that. Yeah. No, I thought her portrayal was pretty good. I would actually be curious to see what like her backstory was. If they do another Army of the Dead movie, I would like to see some flashbacks to how she turned and what her life was like beforehand, maybe a little bit, and then what happened to her story. But that's just me.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Probably, maybe. We don't know. We'll see. Lots of good gore in this, though. What was your favorite gory moment, Colonel?
Oh, there's only one favorite gory moment for me because I think it was the moment that had the most practical effects. It was the fucking asshole getting mauled by the fucking zombie tiger, man. That's why the zombie tiger won fucking points. I was like, okay, you earned my respect. Just his face is all fucking slashed open, skin split up, man, and fucking zombie tiger rips his fucking head off. But the practical effects on the face sold it. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Not the CGI bullshit. This is when I looked down and said, dude, what are you doing? You're supposed to race for this.
Nice. How about you, Ziggy? Favorite gory moment?
Well, you know, the Thunder stealing Colonel, the tiger bite was excellent. But I think, the one I laughed at the most was when they sent a zombie into the safe area and there's all kinds of booby traps in the casino. And the last booby trap, they're like, well, that's not so bad. He made it. And he gets through and like both steel walls just go boom, smash him into, sauce. And then it's all kind of stretchy entrails all over it. It was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Enjoyed that quite a bit.
All righty. So where do you see Army of the Dead 2? If we get something like that, where do you see that going? Ziggy?
I could give a fuck where it goes. We know how this one ends. Very little bit of the millions and millions of dollars actually made it out of the city. So we'll probably go back in to get more money. But I just want answers. Electric zombies, Area 51, whatever it is, clear it up, man. So we know what we're dealing with. That's what I want. I want fucking story.
Zach, I really don't give a fuck. But at the same time, you're going to set it up for Mexico City. Better do it in Mexico fucking City. I mean, I want to see these motherfuckers going through Mayan ruins and all kinds of shit.
Ooh.
If you're going to do it fucking big.
Yeah.
Fuck, even have the volcano fucking go off. And you can watch them. They'll be like fucking Terminator. You see the zombie hand going down. They'll be like, oh, it's metal and shit because it's a fucking robot. It's a fucking T-2000 or whatever.
We've seen this before somewhere.
Dude, there's a lot of shit we've seen in this movie I've seen before.
Let's get to the ranking then. Army of the Dead on Netflix. Colonel, give it your score.
As you guys could tell, after my first initial viewing, I wanted to rate this pretty fucking low. But I've had about a week to really think about it and break it down. 2.5 hours is about an hour too fucking long. You can even shorten it to 2 hours, and I think it would suffice to tell your story.
Mm-hmm.
The out of focus shots became very annoying. They kind of ripped off the opening to Zombieland with everything being in slow motion, but it's a Zack Snyder film, so we were fed plenty of slow motion, cue dramatic music scenes throughout the entire fucking movie. The gore was decent. Like I said, the zombies looked okay, minus the hibernating fucking zombies. That's one of the most intense scenes in the fucking film. I'm like, the fucking bears. They explained it, and it still just did nothing for me. I wish we would have had a chance to know the cast a little bit better. If you're going to have a movie that fucking long, let's not just focus on Batista and his daughter. Let's focus on the background of these other characters, which we didn't get for most of them, unless they were on the original team in the opening credits. We got plenty on them, but nobody else.
Yeah.
That being said, that's a lot of negatives I just followed up with those. But a zombie tiger mauling, you got a pretty good heist movie, all said and done. A better heist movie than a zombie movie, I will say. You got backstabbings galore. It's fucking great. The original score, I was probably going to give this about a 4.5 or a 5. The more I think about it, I want to bump it up to a 6. It's worth watching. It's fun, but I wouldn't rant and rave about it like a lot of people have. I know a lot of people shit on it too, and I wouldn't shit on it completely. It's still an entertaining movie.
I wasn't as bothered by the hibernating zombies as Colonel. I thought that was a tense moment. I thought it worked. As dumb as the reason why they were like that, who cares? You know, I mean, it was a good scene that worked. It was actually scary a little bit. You can imagine they all wake up all of a sudden. You're fucked. This whole movie, right at a 5.2, kind of going the whole way. But after it was all said and done, and I was entertained. Were you not entertained? I was. And therefore, I will give Army of the Dead, paying attention there, basement dwellers, 6.5 for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
You guys are being real nice to the basement dwellers. I went in with low expectations. It was a little more fun than I thought it would be. Not a whole lot. There are little nitpicks that I do not like throughout this film. You mentioned most of them. But for a film that a lot of people say is so original, it's not original at all. It's like stealing ingredients from one cake and putting it in another one and calling it something else. Doesn't necessarily make it a brand new cake, if that analogy makes any sense. Leave it at the end of the day. This is middle of the road for me. I'm calling it a 5, like you guys were saying. Because like you already have mentioned, way too long. Acting very shady. Way too much CGI. Story choices that were just unusual and not fulfilling enough. And then I promise you, at least the Tignataro thing took at least a point off. At least. So a 5 for this one. Army of the Dead, if you have not seen it by now, wow, what kind of coma have you been in for the last few weeks? But yeah, it's available on Netflix. So go check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Are we absolutely wrong? You can disagree with us. Just don't be a dick about it, you know?
Right.
And Zack Snyder is the greatest filmmaker of all time.
Wrong.
Definitely wrong.
Wrong.
Hey, thanks for watching our review of Army of the Dead. A zombie movie so good, I think a zombie robot might like it. Stay tuned for more stories around the campfire. You dead fuck.
Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me.
Thrill me. You are watching Death Curse Society. I'm Tom Atkins. If you don't keep watching Death Curse Society, I will come and do things to you.
got one.
Woo!
Son of a bitch.
Dude, I've been waiting a year for that to happen again.
So this episode is fucking cursed, man. Nothing's going right for me.
Hey, thanks guys for watching Death Curse Society. This is Red Crank here. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to go up here, hit that subscription button. Make sure to hit that bell too so you get a notification whenever we drop some new videos. And speaking of different videos, bam! Right over here we got a couple for you to check out as well. Check these out. Keep watching Death Curse Society. Thanks for tuning in. Woo!